Hello students, welcome back to the online sessions of the Material Science and Metallurgy. Myself Vivek Parikh taking the lectures now on the solidification of metals and alloys and the phase diagram. We have discussed in the earlier chapters or the earlier lectures that what do you mean by the Gibbs phase rule, how the different types of the pulling curves are there, and from that pulling curve how we can find it out the phase diagram or we can draw the phase diagram. In that we have seen the different types of the thing or what are the informations which we can find out from the help of the phase rule. For that we have taken the two things, that is the composition of the material we have taken, and then we will be seeing out the different types of the amount of phase which is present inside the material. So for finding out the amount of phase inside a particular part, for that we have to use for the lever rule. So we will be going for the lever rule. So this rule is applicable for the thing for finding out the percentage of solid and liquid in which solid plus liquid region is there. We have seen one of the diagram of the phase diagram, that is the simple phase diagram was there. In this, what was known as, this was known as a binary phase diagram, in which it is also known as an isomorphous phase diagram. There is a liquid over here, solid over here, and here the region which is there, that is liquid plus solid. So now, why we are using this lever rule? This lever rule is applicable for, suppose if we are taking a particular point, take it as A. If there is a point A inside a liquid plus solid region, then how much percentage of liquid is there and how much percentage of solid is there at this particular point can be find it out with the help of the lever rule. So how we can apply this lever rule? For application of this lever rule, what you have to go? We have to go for the parallel line towards the base. So from the A, we should draw one line which is parallel to our base line. So in that we can see that this is the parallel line which we can draw, which is passing from the A and which is parallel towards the base. So how we can find it out? Whatever the points which they are attaching at the solidus and liquidus line, name it as B and C. Mark the point which are intersecting at the solidus and liquidus point. Mark it as B and C. So for that, if we want to find out percentage of solid, if we want to find out percentage of solid, how we can find it out? We can find it out the percentage of solid. That means solid is at the bottom region. We have to take the opposite part. We have to take the opposite region. That means we will be taking AB. In a lever rule, always wherever the solid is there, we have to take the opposite part. That means AB region we will be taking divided by the total region, total that is B and C. So it will be BC multiplied by 100. So in this way, we can find it out the percentage of solid. In lever rule, you should remember one thing, we have to always go for the opposite part. Then and then we can find it out, whatever the percentage we want to find out, that can be find out with the help of this thing. Same way if we want to go for the percentage of liquid. Same way if we want to find out percentage of liquid, where is the liquid? Liquid is at the top. Which point is nearer? Point B is nearer to the liquid. So omit this B point. Which will be the points remaining? That is A and C. So take it as AC divided by the total whole line, that is your BC, multiplied by 100. So this is how we can find out the percentage of solid and percentage of liquid with the help of the lever rule. Okay, so this was the basic thing which we can find it out with the help of this particular lever rule. Now let us take one example that if there is a point A in liquid plus solid region, if there is a point A in the liquid plus solid region, and if we are having AB is equal to 6 centimeter and BC is equal to, that is 14 centimeter is given to us. If there is this type of the case is given to us, then for finding out this thing, what we will be doing? Let us take that B and C are the points which intersect at liquidus and solidus respectively. Liquidus and solidus respectively. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out at A liquid plus solid how much liquid portion is there and how much solid portion is there. If we have been given AB and BC distant, so for that thing let us draw first the diagram, the rough diagram which we will be drawing. This line is known as a liquidus line, this line is known as a solidus line. This is our liquid region, this is our solid region, this region is liquid plus solid region. The point A is located in this particular zone. Stretch a line which will be parallel to your base. At a liquidus, which point we are getting? We are getting B. And at solidus, we are getting C. See, I have written B and C are the points which intersect at liquidus and solidus respectively. Now, which is the information we are having? AB is equal to 6 centimeter. AB we are having. BC is equal to 14 centimeter. But we don't have AC. So first we will be finding out AC. What is AC? How we can find it out AC? That is BC. The whole BC region will be equal to AB plus AC. BC is 14, AB is 6 and AC we don't know. So AC will be equal to 8 centimeters. Okay. So now after that what we will be writing out? We will be finding out percentage of solid. What is percentage of solid? Solid is over here. Point C is attached to the solid. We will be going for the opposite part. That is AB. So AB divided by the whole part BC multiplied by 100. So in our case it will be 6 divided by 14 multiplied by 100. So whatever you calculate, that will be equal to this percentage of solid. Same way, percentage of liquid, if we want to find it out, then percentage of liquid will be equal, that is, it is nearer to B. So we don't have to take point B. We will be going for the opposite part. That means AC. So AC divided by the whole part BC multiplied by 100. What is AC? AC we have 8 centimeter divided by what will be the BC? That will be the total 14 centimeter multiplied by 100. So by calculating this thing, we will be finding out the percentage of solid and percentage of liquid with the help of this lever rule. Clear? So in any of the case, wherever we are using this thing, any region, if we want to find out any part, then we have to always go for the opposite section and then divided by total, you will always find out any percentage if we want to find out. So this was the lever rule, and this rule is very much applicable in the iron carbon diagram and all the stuff for finding out the different phases in a particular diagram. Okay, so after this thing, let us move forward for the next phase diagram. If we want to go, the next phase diagram, we will be going for the eutectic diagram. Now, we will be going for the eutectic phase diagram. Eutectic phase diagram. So what do you mean by this, all this thing? Eutectic phase diagram means what? So all the things, they are always written in a U-shaped frame. Any of the phase diagram, they are always indicated inside this U-shaped frame diagram. Now, what does this thing include? This thing is a particular reaction of the iron carbon diagram. This is how it looks like. There is a liquid over here. There is the region A plus B over here. Here there is a metal A plus liquid. Here that is metal B plus liquid. Here there is A. Here there is a B. So this is the standard diagram from the iron carbon diagram. If you recall it, you will be able to find it out that this is the eutectic region. Eutectic region which occurs at the 2% of the carbon. You can find it out. The liquid is converted into two solids. It is also one of the binary diagram where two metals we are taking and the reaction is occurring at this particular thing. If there is a percentage of the maximum solubility is there, and if there is more one region which we can write it down over here, that is, if this region is there, that is known as a pure A metal. There is nothing B over here. And the same thing, if we want to apply it over here, there will be the B region which will be there, in which the B region will be the pure B region will be available. Clear? So this is how the eutectic diagram looks like, in which you will be given where the eutectic reaction occur, at which composition. Here there will be a composition will be there, and here there is a temperature line which is there. So this is the simple eutectic phase diagram, and the numerical which is based on the eutectic phase diagram, we will be discussing it in our next lecture, and in the next lecture we will discuss some of the reactions which are occurring in the phase diagram. Okay, so this was the basic idea, because in the next lecture we will be directly solving from the data how this eutectic phase diagram is made up of. And from that particular diagram, you will be very much clear about this diagram, that how it works and how this diagram is formed. Clear? So now, after that eutectic diagram, we will be discussing in the next lecture. Let us see the different types of the phase transformations which are occurring during the solidification. So, if we take a normal diagram, that is your isomorphous phase diagram, then during the solidification, which are the different phases which are going to change? So that changes which we can apply, that we can see over here. So if you have been given, if that is a metal A and metal B, and if you have been told that for a 50-50 A and B, give the different types of the phase changes which are occurring for the particular reaction, or you can say if for a particular composition, what are the changes of the structures which are occurring during the solidification process. So let us start from over here. This will be our first point, that is in the liquid phase. So what will be our first point? The first point always falls under the liquid phase. The same way you have to plot the line from the 50-50. Now come down over here. This will be my second point. What does the second point indicate? The second point indicates that here at this point the solidification starts. What does it indicate? The solidification starts. Then if we come lower, then there is a third point which falls under the liquid plus solid region. So this third point indicates that there is both the phases are there, that is liquid and solid, both the phases are present at your point, that is your point 3. And at this, with the help of the lever rule, as I discussed earlier in this lecture, we can find out the percentage of solid and liquid occurring at this third point. If we go down, if you lower the temperature, then comes your point number 4. What does the point 4 indicate? It gives you the solidification ends. Here you can say that each and every solidification method that is going to end, and then after if you go down, your fifth point, that is nothing but the solid state is applied over here. So here there is a solid state, and over here, so you can say one liquid, second point the solidification starts, third point occurs at liquid plus solid region, fourth point occurs where the solidification gets over, and the fifth point, that is the solid which we are getting. Clear? So these are the different changes of the state of the phases occurring during the solidification for a binary alloy. Clear? So this was about your binary alloys phase changes, and the last topic for the today's lecture which we will be seeing, that is non-equilibrium cooling. As we have seen that if this type of the thing occurs for the equilibrium cooling, but if there is a non-equilibrium cooling is there, if we are having a non-equilibrium cooling, so what will occur? The thing which occurs, if there is not, if we are going for the different cooling rates, and if we are not maintaining the cooling rates, then what will happen? There is a different type of the things which we can employ. The phenomenon which occurs due to non-equilibrium cooling, that is known as a coring phenomenon. Let us take one example, that is A, whose melting point, that is 1000 degrees Celsius, and let us take it as a B, there is another metal which occurs at 600 degrees Celsius. What we are going? We are hitting the material above 1200 degrees Celsius, suppose. So what will be the phase occurring? The total phase which is occurring, that is the liquid. The total phase which is occurring, that will be the liquid region. Now, if you lowers the temperature from 1200 comes towards the 1000 and all, what will happen? Near 1000, your A will start solidifying. First, in a liquid, there was A plus B, both the metals are in the liquid state. But if you are going for the non-equilibrium cooling, what will happen? Your A is 1000 degrees. So when the 1000 degree comes, the material at the outer surface will start solidifying in this way. And this will be your metal A, because when you comes lower, 900, 800, the whole metal A gets solidified and it will be at the point A. So, solidification always occurs at the outer boundary and then it comes towards the near one. So, as a result, when you reach 600, at the end, after A gets solidified, B will start solidifying. So, your B region will be located at the center. So, this will be your B region. So, what has happened? This is the non-equilibrium cooling. So, when you do not proceed with the process, that is you are not going for the equilibrium cooling, what will happen? This phenomenon pouring occurs, in which one metal with lower melting point is at the center, whereas the metal with higher melting point is at the exterior part, and as a result there is a mixture which we get. It is not safe, because if you take this material for the application, it will definitely fail. Clear? So, for failure of this thing, we do not, or we have to avoid the non-equilibrium cooling. So, we have to always go for the equilibrium cooling, so that a proper mixture is obtained for our further use. Okay? So, in the next lecture, we will be going for the eutectic phase diagram. Eutectic phase diagram we will be seeing, and after that we will be proceeding with the remaining phase diagram for that thing. So, this was about the pouring, and we have studied lever rule, eutectic phase diagram in this lecture. Okay? Till then, thank you.